Hey everybody, I'm Chad Eckert of the Fantasy Golf Pod. Today I thought I'd bring you a video of me making my lineups. Good morning, alright. Today it's Wednesday, October 21st, the Zozo Championship. I am doing my lineups here, recording a video of me doing it. See how this works out. People have asked me, hey, why don't you do a video of you doing the 20 lineups? I said, sure. Not a very fun video, maybe kind of boring, but if you're interested on how I make 20 lineups, here it is. This is the DraftKings lobby. Now, you're wondering, why am I a short game player? Why am I only playing for $1 if I put all this time and effort and research into it? Well, it's because I'm going to lose, typically. So I can't have my wife telling me I can't play this stuff if I'm betting a lot of money, losing a lot of money. So I just tell her, I do for $1. And then she ignores me. It's perfect. Okay, FantasyNational.com is a site that I like to use. Helps me figure out how many names are in my player pool. And that's typically how I use Fantasy National. I mean, I will use their ownership projections and stuff like that. You could do lineup generators out of this. I've tried. I don't want to do it that way. I like to do it by hand. It's more fun. So here's what we do. We go through the list of names. Once we know who we like, we star them. Sometimes it takes a couple days to get the idea of like, oh, maybe I do like this guy, or maybe I don't like this guy. So right now I have 25 names total starred. Let's see if I like these guys. Make sure I like all of them. Cameron Smith, Munoz, Spieth, Cam Champ, Joel Damon, Mark Hubbard. I probably should use Hubbard. He's not very good though. See, then I like do these things where I go, okay, what about Hubbard? Oh, he likes Bent the most. That's helpful. That's literally how I do this. And then I scroll down and I'm like, okay, oh, okay, well, he was good once, twice, 3 times a maybe. No. God. I like Hubbard. So I'm going to use 26 names maybe. Because I'm going to use Hubbard. Actually, I'm not going to. Am I going to use Fratelli? Maybe I'll switch. Sorry, I probably should have thought of these things ahead of time, but, doing this on the fly. Oh, my goodness. I'll let someone else use Fratelli. Yeah, I really wanted to use Jazz, Jane, Wanananat. And the problem with Jazz, Jane, Wanananat is that, doesn't have very many finishes on the PGA Tour, but then you got to go to the WGO, WGR, Jazz, Jane, Wanananat. Like, see, okay, where has he been? What's he been doing around the globe? On the Euro Tour. T3? When was that? That was September, so that doesn't matter. Not going to use Jazz. 25 names. Okay. Once I have those names, I write them down on a piece of paper. Names. Morikawa. Here's an example of what it ends up looking like. So yeah, basically write the names down in order of their price, because that's when I start to build. I want to diversify and I want to maybe use one or two of this guy. And I know in my head, okay, I'm not totally in love with like Spieth or Harmon or Rose, Day especially. You don't want to use a lot of the shares of these guys. Well, maybe, so I'm going to be very careful with how I tally. So once I got the names written down on a piece of paper right next to me here, I go back to the DraftKings lobby. I sign up for the contests that I want to enter. I'm typically in the short game. It's the most fair contest on DraftKings. You only have to pay $1 and you can win 1,000. And it's there's a chance to get the money back a little bit if you're okay. And, I feel like it's fair. So once I do that, I'll share my screen on DraftKings. Here's how I do it. Okay, I got a couple, 3 lineups in. Okay, whatever. Started off, and my league lineup, and then I got my, do different dummy lineups or whatever, because I entered into the short game with these dummy lineups. And see, I still am using all of these players in my player pool. But yeah, this does appear to be the league lineup that I want to use. So what I'll do then is I will take Rory. Okay, see how I got Rory here? I take Rory. Ding. Hovland. Ding. Im. Ding. Scott. Ding. Cam Smith. Ding. Munoz. Ding. Tallies. And there are certain players, honestly, that I only want to use 2 times. That's the minimum amount of times I use a specific player. So if I'm going to use a player in my player pool, I'm going to use them in 2 lineups at least. So there are names like Spieth or Rose or whatever and Day that I'm definitely only going to use twice. So sometimes I start with those names. Put Day in. And then from there, you go, okay, I like Day, and I'm going to go Day with JT. I'm going to do a Day with JT lineup, and I'm going to do a Day with Rory lineup. So I'm going to do Day, JT, Cantlay. I'm going to probably have to use I like Cam Smith's price. Go with Day, give you some savings. We'll go Scheffler. That'll be 7,000. Who's 7,000? Lanto, Todd, Spieth. Oh my God. Spieth and Day on the same lineup, combined with JT. So you gotta to decide: is this too chalky of a lineup? Do I want to not do JT with these guys? Maybe I save a little money and I use this is a Rory one, and then I can get up to 72, and I can go Munoz. But I already had a Munoz, Cam Smith, Rory lineup. That's my league lineup. So you kind of have to think consciously about, okay, I'm combining these names all together again. So start to, experiment, decide what you want to do, what's best for you. And if you're going to use Day at 7,600, maybe you pair him with a 9K guy to start. So you got 2 9Ks, Patrick and Patrick. I talked about doing that a lot. So that makes me feel more comfortable because then I can get up to Im. Boom. So there's my lineup. So then I take this lineup that I just created, go over here, say Jason Day, click, Patrick Reed, click, Cantlay, click, Patrick Reed, click, Cantlay, click, Cam Smith. You bounced my twice on Cam Smith, Scheffler, and Im. Okay. So take a look at this. Now, assign this lineup to 2 contests because you're going to use Jason Day now twice. So I got 2 contests with Jason Day. It shows up here. This is great. So then you take the Jason Day and you go, okay, use Day with Reed. So can't do that. So I could do Day with Hovland. Do Scheffler. Instead of Scheffler, I go Neiman. And then instead of Im, I go Adam Scott. Instead of Cam Smith, I got $300 more. I can get up to Horschel. So there you go. I got 2 lineups, Jason Day, both of them completely unique besides Jason Day, which gives me a little leverage if I'm using Jason Day that I don't have Day paired with somebody and they're all ruined together. I mean, this is how I've been playing and allows me to have a little bit of a diverse lineup selection. So there we go. So now I go Hovland, Cantlay, Neiman, Scott, Day, Horschel. Assign. Okay. So the other name that I wanted to use only twice was Rose. Now I'm going to repeat this process several times, and I'll catch up with you in a minute here. Now, I will get into doing this stuff, and I'll decide I'm not ever using this guy, or I need another guy in a certain price range, and then I might diversify, move my player pool around, or eliminate a name or add a name based on how I'm clicking or what's natural and what feels right to me. But that time I just did 2 lineups with Justin Rose. It's the same thing. So now that I've used Rose with JT, I'll use Rose with Rory. I won't use Wolf. I'll use Hovland. I won't use Berger. I'll use use Neiman. No, I'll use Scheffler. Yeah. And then I got more money. So I'm going to use some Harmon. And then Horschel. Okay. Who knows? I mean, I'm making roulette picks. I mean, this is roulette. So it's like I want to just have enough like on the board spread around. It's probably a bad way to play. I don't know. So there we go. I got 2 now of rows. I mean, when you use JT, it eliminates a lot of the options of using the middle names. It's crazy is I might need to add a name. Patrick, Cameron. Okay, now I've kind of got a start on it all, and truly, I got to use Hubbard twice. And so I'm going to use, obviously, Hubbard with JT and one and Rory on the other. So now that I have Hubbard as the discount guy at 6,400, I got 8,200 left still. It's crazy. I don't know if I have enough upper 70, upper 7K guys. I got Scott is like the only one, and then Day. I guess there aren't even that many. I could add a Fowler into my player pool or an Answer. I really don't want to. So then instead of Hubbard, I'm going to use Rory. Instead of Berger, that's what I can use. Tiger. Instead of Scott, use Cam Smith. Instead of Sanjay, can I use Neiman? And then instead of Scheffler, I could use Fleetwood again, I suppose. Yeah, for you, Fleetwood. Okay, I got that. Okay. I haven't used Kawa at all. Oh, fuck. I just saved that over the JT one. Shit. That's fine. I'm an idiot. But I'm a smart idiot. Okay, now I gotta use some JT. So how many JT shares do I want? I already got 3. So out of the JT shares, sometimes I'm like, okay, who did I start them with? So in order to look that up, I can go JT Berger, JT Tommy, and JT Wolf and Berger. Okay, so probably not JT Berger. And probably not JT Cam Smith. Whatever. I mean, you're gonna overlap. That's the way to go. Okay, so then you go, can I do here's what I'll do. I'll go JT, and then I'll do JT Rory, JT Morikawa, JT Webb, JT Reed, JT Cantlay, JT Hovland, and then I'll have 10 JTs, and then just have one of each of the main guys that I'm having. So I got JT Rory. Can I even do that? Okay, well, I can use Damon for some savings. Put Spieth on this one. Put Champ on this one. I got 88. I don't even want 88. I don't even need 88. 82, 74. Boom. I don't know if this could be good or not, but we'll see. JT, Rory, Joel, Spieth, Scheffler, Ho. And as I tally, I'm like, oh, wow, okay, so I've already used Spieth twice now, Damon twice now. I'm just kind of maybe trying to diversify a little bit. Now, I'm not going to do this lineup more than once. Actually, I could do 2 Rory JT stacks just for fun. And on the other JT Rory, I have other people. So you go like Im for this spot. You go Rose, suppose, I guess. I don't know. Munoz. And then I'm going to have to use Hubbard. I don't really like that. Whatever. Guess I'll use 3 at Hubbard. I did talk about using 3 of everybody, at least 3. Now, my rule is if I'm going to use somebody, I got to use them twice. But if I'm going to use somebody 3 times, then hey, whatever. So I got JT, Rory, stacks. Got Im. Down to 9 lineups remaining. I'm playing 22 lineups now. 20 in the $1 short game. I have my own league, which we talked about. I have a league lineup. It's kind of like a cash, more or less, than a GPP style of creation of a lineup. So I have that one, and then I'm doing the Nagel Bagels Listener League. He's a guy that does Periscope every Wednesday night. It's hilariously fun to watch, and it's like the cherry on top of your week. So if you go to Twitter and you find Nagel Bagels and you subscribe to his Periscope, you can get that. And then he plays Listener League, and he gives a golf ball to the winner. Hey, simple life, simple pleasures. I still haven't used Morikawa, so that's not good. So let's do JT Morikawa. Should we try to go all young guys? JT Morikawa, Wolf. Yeah, I can't do that. Berger, 6,900. I mean, can you do it? God, I really don't want to do that. What about a Spieth? Damon. Harmon. That looks weird. I do things that don't make sense sometimes. So yeah, 25 names. I mean, okay, with 22 lineups, I mean, you're way overweight on the field, even if you have 4 or 5 shares of one guy, because normally the most owned guy is 20%. So if the field is owning a name at 20% and you use the guy 2 or 3 times out of 22, you're about even with the field in terms of getting leverage. Now, if you want to go a little overweight on a name, or you want to use a little bit more of a name, put you 6, 7, 8 shares out of 22, you're going to go 40, 50% or whatever, close to 50% of names, like 10 or 11 out of 22. Then you're a little over the field. And why do you do that? Well, you do that so you can gain leverage. If there's a guy that you have a feeling on that the other people don't, then maybe you want to go in on that guy. And if he does well, then boom, your name skyrockets up the leaderboard. But if you're going in on guys that everybody else likes, then there's no leverage to that. This is just general basic strategy to building lineups. Now, I just did a JT Kawa. Want to do another one? I only got 6 shares of JT. I got 6 and 6 of JT and Rory. So then we don't do Berger. Let's go down to, get Neiman. I want to get Chef Bomb. How do I do this? Can I even do this? I can go Damon Hubs. But then I got to use Damon twice. God damn. Am I going to use Jason Day 3 times? I mean, he's so good last weekend. Do we know if he's still playing or not? The problem with golf is that nobody knows anything because the reporting sucks. So it's like he could be perfectly fine and he just doesn't care about money, so he withdrew. So maybe he used Jason Day, and that's kind of how you get some leverage on the field because nobody trusts him. I love using Jason Day and players like that because Jason Day will withdraw from the Pro-Am on a Wednesday. Everybody gets scared, flees off of shares of Jason Day. And then guess what happens? Jason Day freaking wins the tournament or definitely competes. And at 70, whatever he is, 7,500, it's worth it. All right, so I got 2 JT Kawas. I could do a Rory Kawa. Rory Kawa. Now, since I just used 2 of Kawa, I can try to go back and remind myself, who did you use? And just try to use 4 different guys that I didn't do there. Like a Scott and a Horschel and a Munoz. So you do. I'm just diversifying Scott, Munoz, Ho. And these, I could pair these guys with the same teams somewhere else too, but it doesn't really bother me. And I already just used Cam Smith. So you can kind of go back and be like, who did I use Cam Smith with? So then the only one that would be the same is Cam and Kawa, which I'm fine with because I love Cameron Smith this week. And they got to go a little overweight on Cameron Smith because he is coming in popular at 7,200. So that's part of it. So Rory, Kawa, Scott, Munoz, Ho, Smith. So you can see I'm using 25 names and I'm already pretty diversified in terms of I already got 7 shares of Cam Smith, 6 of M, 7 of Rory, 7 of JT. It's hard to use less than 25 names without getting totally overweight on one specific name. I've only used Tiger once and Wolf twice. So then maybe I stopped using JT and Rory since I already got 7 of those guys. And we were talking about maybe using 8 at max, if anybody, this week to try to get more diversified. And then I can just go back to see what I had for Tiger, which I only have 1 share. He's the last guy on my list that has 1 share. Maybe I'll do this while it's a little easier. So here's my tally so far. And like I just said, Tiger with 1. So then I'll go back to my list and I'll try to find where Tiger is. There he is with Rory. So I have no Tiger JT yet. So I got to do a Tiger JT. And I don't need Fleetwood. Kind of want Scheffler there. And I, don't. I guess I could go M. Okay. Is that weird? Sure, whatever. So, but I'm forced to use JT again because I haven't had a JT Wolf yet, or a JT Tiger. So then I'm out to 8 for JT, which is why you want to leave it at 7. And then if you have to use them later, you can. So there's Tiger, Scheffler, M, Harmon, Spieth. I'm already up to 5 Harmon shares. It's I didn't even really want to use Harmon, but here we are. We're at 5 of them. So you have to. I'm going to go import Tiger again. Maybe I do Kawa, Tiger. God damn it. And I'm not using Reed a lot. Or Cantlay. And that's what I really wanted to use. So maybe I don't do that. Maybe I go Reed, Cantlay. This feels like a Rose. And then this feels like a Champ. Who's 78? Damn it. So maybe I go. This is where it gets kind of hard. I haven't Damon in a while. So you do Champ Damon, and it gives me some big time savings. Ooh, this is interesting. How am I going to make this work? So I gotta use Wolf. Where's my Wolf shares? Here's one. Here's two. Wolf with Webb and Victor. Webb and Victor. Oh shit. Well, that's not gonna work. Oh, so again, DraftKings lied to me. I don't have a two Wolf. It was just like I had edited it or something, so that it just saves my drafted lineup. So I don't actually have Wolf with Hovland and Victor twice. I have Wolf with JT, Munoz, and Champ. And I guess I have this lineup, which I didn't record, I think. So maybe I have three with Wolf. So Wolf, Berger, Neiman, Scheffler, Im, Ho. Okay, so JT Webb. I don't have a Wolf, Rory. Rory, Wolf. Let's do it. Champ on that one. This would be like a bomber lineup. Sometimes I do the same, like, kind of lineup. Who is a bomber? Cam Smith's a bomber, actually, now. Believe it or not. Number one in strokes gained off the tee in the last 12 rounds is Cameron Smith. 82. So I go, ooh. I like that. I might have already done this. See, that's the problem. Is like, if I like the lineup, I'm like, oh, save it. And then it's like, oh, you already did this. I'm like, oh, I must have already liked it enough that I did it twice. Dude, I am almost all in. Sometimes I use the same lineup in my league that I do in Bagels or in the GPP. So keep that in mind. Sometimes I got two lineups that are the same. So I got two guys or two tallies when really it's only just one. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so I got only a few lineups left, 2 lineups left, and I have 3 more. I only have 3 Reed. Now, again, I'm not all in on Reed this week. Reed, we know. We're friends of Reed's. So we know how he plays. He plays better in a couple weeks from now. He's trying to gear up for the Masters. He loves like the 3rd or 4th week. So is he going to come in this week and have the firepower and do everything that we think he is able to do? I don't know. I don't even know if he cares to want to do that. I think maybe Patrick Reed, $9,600. Use him a couple times. I mean, I used him 3 times. Probably use him 4 times. Maybe I'll do a balanced build lineup with the names that I like Reed, Hovland, Berger, Neiman. That's sometimes what I do is I'm like, okay, all of the names that I really like, and I'll just put them together. The problem is I wish I could get to Cam Champ, but I do like Joel Damon. We're out of Vegas, so you can play Damon. And sometimes $200, plenty of money to leave off the table. I'm not going to redo this lineup because of $200, but at the same time, I'm not going to leave a ton of money on the table. People have said to do that or whatever, and I mean, you're just shooting yourself in the foot because DraftKings is making the pricing based on how they think the guy's going to do. So then to take money and just not use it seems like you're just taking win equity and just not using it. So pay up. I mean, I've seen people use all of the money and win a GPP against 70,000 people, and they're unique. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you're using all chalk names and you're spending all the money, probably going to get duped. But does it really matter then if you're duped? Because if you have the right names. So it's all relative. And don't let anyone bully you into doing something. Just play the way you want to play because it's supposed to be for fun. No one freaking wins at this stuff. Even like the best people, quote unquote, they're losing a lot of money. All right. Now, for my league and Bagels League, I used the same lineup last week. I did okay with it. And, sometimes I even like to just hedge myself because I don't know anything. So then, like, what do I think that this lineup's going to be the nuts because I'm so smart? It's like, give me a break. So, I don't know. Should we pick a good lineup for Bagels that uses... I guess I could use the one that I was going to use in League, which was Cameron Smith. This one. Yeah. Maybe I'll switch this and this, and I'll go Reed. Oh, man. I was hoping I could get 8,900. Fuck. Well, maybe I don't want to use in. Use Cantlay. $6,400 left, so I could go Hubba. And then I can use Damon. Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, that's going to win the Bagels League. Reed. Hovland. Okay. So I made the lineups. I got an idea of who I've got. And sometimes, at that point, I start to review. What do I have going on? I got a couple of web. So I'll start with the guy with 2. So I double check that I got this guy pretty much diversified. Tiger, I'm only using 3 shares of. It's plenty. But then it's like, am I using Cam Smith with every one of these, or am I'm pretty much diversified with Tiger, so that's good. Wolf. Now Wolf, I'm using 4 times. Champ, Cameron Smith, Cameron Champ, M, whatever. Wolf and M. Yeah, no. Whatever, it feels fine. Okay. How about Day? Using 3 Day. Cam Smith. Neiman. Cantlay. Whatever. Seems fine. How about Spieth? Oh, here's Spieth and Damon. I mean, you kind of have, and JT. So, do I really need a bunch of JT Rory lineups? Like, I don't know, use Spieth. So I'm thinking about using taking Munoz and using Spieth instead. So I'm going to see if I got what I have for Spieth. And yeah, if I make this Spieth, I'm leaving enough money there. Why would I? Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's why, I do it first on this piece of paper as a scratch paper because I'm going to always kind of edit around once I get the lineups made. So I have a kind of an idea. I don't know. Feel good about the diversification. Typically what I do is I'm searching by the guys I'm using the least, because if I'm using the least, I don't want those few names to be duplicated with other names. So like if you can see Morikawa here, I'm making sure I got JT Morikawa, Rory. Okay, then I got Damon, Berger, Scott. They're basically all these are different except for I got Cam Smith here. Are we using Harmon? No. Oh yeah. Okay, good. So there you go. So I feel kind of confident with the names that I've created and kind of come up with here and the lineups I've made. So now I'll finalize it by writing it down more formally. Let's do that. Hold on. Here, I'll just do a quick swap. This is to make sure I just write them in order. So swap players, write them in order. Zozo tallies. JT, Rory. Okay, once I've written the names on the piece of paper, because I am tweeting this out at EDinaRealChi, then I search on this find the player area for the names and see how many tallies I have of that person. Justin Thomas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 8. And then I just do 8 tallies and write the number 8. And then I do that for everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. There you go, Zozo tallies. Okay, that's about it for making lineups this week. Zozo. Let's go JT, Rory, Cam Smith. Maybe we can have a big day. Maybe we can have a hashtag Mega Profit. If you've got any questions or you want more information on how I make my lineups, if this wasn't enough, DM me on Twitter at EDinaRealChi and or follow us on the Fantasy Golf Pod Twitter page, Fantasy Golf Pod. Thanks. See ya.